Hey, how's it going, folks? Thought I'd make a quick video showing you how to install DayZ Mod in 2020. And nowadays it's actually really easy. All you need to do is just go to Steam. You want to find Arma 2. You want to install that and launch it. Make sure you get to the main menu and then you can just exit again. Then you want to find Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. You do the same, so you just install it and launch it, get to the main menu, and then you can exit it again. And then you want to find Arma 2 DayZ Mod, also on Steam. Just search for it and find this. It's free, just install this. And that should be all you need, really. That should be it. Now, there are also a couple of DLCs I would recommend that you pick up, called British Armed Forces and Private Military Company. So if you grab those, you'll get high resolution textures for some of the clothing and the skins in the mod. But it's optional, you don't need to install those. So concerning DayZ Launcher, you don't really need that anymore in 2020. That was more like back in the old days. But you can still use it, but you want to make sure that you tick the checkbox saying launch through Steam. I don't really use it myself, but that's also possible still. Now, real quick at the end here, I just want to mention a few things that you might consider if you have trouble actually like getting things to work. So I've opened up Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead this time around. And just make sure that if you have trouble, you only want to have Arma 2 or your DLCs, if you have any, enabled. You don't want to have epoch, overpoch, origins and all that enabled. Because if you do, then it's not going to work. Of course, you need to have those enabled if you want to play on those servers, but just to play on a regular server, vanilla DayZ mod like DayZ EUROPA, you need to have those disabled if you have them here in the list. And another thing, if you go to multiplayer, make sure you're on internet, make sure you refresh as well, make sure that you also increase the max ping when you search for a server, because otherwise they might not come up, so that's just something to remember. So that's how you install the game and get to play it. But I also thought I'd cover a few tips and tricks and settings you might want to, well, use or not. Might help you out a little bit if you don't know about them. So the first of which is just to go to DayZ Mod. You want to hit Properties, and you want to go to Set Launch Options. And you definitely want to use this launch parameter called skipIntro. You can also use noSplash, but it's not as important. noSplash just makes the game open a bit quicker. But skipIntro is important, because what it does is it makes nighttime a lot brighter. So if you don't have it on, it's going to be a lot more difficult playing against someone who has it on. And you're going to have pitch dark nights, essentially. So I highly recommend using skipIntro. Unfortunately, as a kind of side effect, is that you have this weird background when you open the game at the main menu, but it's not going to make any difference in the game itself, other than just making it brighter, so it's definitely worth it. Here's the graphic settings I currently play with. Nothing special really, but in case you were interested. I have arrowhead trees plus grass here, and sharp filter high. And that's one thing you definitely want to disable, and that's the post-process effects here. You definitely want to have this disabled, because if you don't, well, it's going to look like this, and it's not very handy in PvP, and just in general, it's just going to be blurry and make everything a lot more difficult for you. But it's up to you, of course. Now, another thing you definitely want to do is have this HDR quality on high, or very high. Not normal if you play at night, because if you only have it on normal at night, whoa, okay, then like it's going to be a lot darker than it should be. So I would definitely recommend keeping on high. You don't need to go to very high; it just takes a lot more resources and doesn't really make a huge difference. So I just usually keep it on high. But yeah, some people like to turn down their graphic settings a bit more, and claim that it helps them spot players a bit more easily. But yeah, that's entirely up to you. I just like to have the graphics higher than that. So yeah, that's about it really. I hope this video helped you out a little bit at least. And yeah, I also upload regular DayZ Mod videos on the channel if you're interested. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of that. Now I've also listed some servers down in the video description with a link to the website, which you might want to check out if you're interested in playing on those servers. And usually they have a link to a Discord server you can join as well, which I highly recommend that you do, so you can read the rules and get in touch with the rest of the community. And also, very importantly, usually you can get a lot more detailed help by asking the admins or someone else in there. So if you still have trouble, it's not the lost cause yet. And yeah, that is going to be it for this one, so I'll catch you in the next one, and yeah, adios!